Hi, I'm Ethan Avio. Today I will be unpacking a complex paradox at the heart of the clean energy transition. My presentation is titled The Sustainability in the Electric Vehicle and Battery Industry. To navigate this complex topic, I will introduce the sustainability purpose facing the EV industry. I will then define the core issue, the linear battery life cycle, and explore its effect across ecological, economic, and social system. I will then identify the key stakeholder and then tension between them, leading to the critical analysis using established model. Finally, I will propose three actionable recommendations between conclusion with key takeaway. Electric vehicles are vital for a low-carbon future, promising clean operation and reduced emission, but this promise is clouded by a major purpose, the unsustainable linear life cycle of their battery. This isn't just an environmental issue, it's a core business threat. It creates supply chain risk from geopolitical ethical risks in raw material sourcing, growing government pressure from regulatory compliance and brand reputation, consumer and investor demand for true sustainability. Ultimately, solving this isn't optional. This is a strategy imperative for the long-term viability and social license to operate. So what's the root of this problem? This our reliance on a fundamentally linear take-made dispo model. Let's follow the chain. It's begun with some mining to get the lithium needed for 1 ton of battery-grade material. We consume approximately 2.2 million liters of water in some of the world's more arid regions, greatly threatening local economic system community. At the same time, our demand for the copper fuel artisanal mining in the DRC with a well-documented link to the child labor and dire working condition. Next, we have manufacturing, the energy-intensive process for producing a single 75-watt battery pack can generate between 4,000 to 60,000 kilograms of CO2. This is a significant carbon debt that vehicle must try for years to offset. And finally, we face an end-of-life crisis with a recycling range and retrieval below 5%. We are not just wasting valuable critical mineral, we are creating a toxic legacy for the future generation. This linear model is in directly conflict with global sustainability framework like a UN SDGs and modern ESG principle. This life cycle does not operate in isolation. It creates a tightly woven web of interdependency, which you can see in this diagram. Economic drive for cheaper, more powerful battery expect pressure on the ecological system through pollution and resource depletion. This in turn creates social costs for local community. Conversely, social activism and consumer demand for ethics can force economic changes, which ecological constraints like water scarcity can trigger economic supply shock. This critical insight here is that these systems are deeply interconnected. A decision made in one domain inevitably create ripple effect across the other, make simplistic solution ineffective. Navigating this complex landscape are several key stakeholders, each with distinct interest level or influence. At the forefront are EV and battery manufacturers like Tesla, CATL, BYD. They hold high influence, driving by the need to secure material, innovate, and protect their brand. Then we have mining operation and local community, often with offsetting interests, profits versus livelihood and health, and stack power and balance government and regulator with high influence using policy to like EU new battery regulation to steer the industry towards climate goal and circularity, and finally the NGO and activate expect media but growing influence by the shaping public option and holding cooperation accountable for their supply chains. Where these interests collide, tension arises. The most conflict is between manufacturer and mining community. As Amnesty International stubbornly put it, the industry must move from a model of exploitation to a one of the responsibility. This highlights the dry tension between cost efficiency and fundamental human rights. There's also a growing tension between government and industry as regulator impose ambitious recycling target and due diligence law community one of the high cost and technology harder fearing that premature regulation cause stifle innovation and consistently NGO as the industry conscious publicly challenging green claim, creating significant reputation risk that can stir both consumer and investor. To make sense of this, let's apply two critical framework. First, the triple bottom line or analyze review a severe imbalance. This industry is on profit with strong mega growth investor interest. However, it's performed poorly on the planet due to the resource depletion and immersion and constantly on people because of supply chain lever issue. This is not true sustainability. The pathway forward is a transition to a circular economy. The challenges are real, high upfront investment and complex recycling technology, but the opportunity are the transformative. A circular model could reduce primary mineral demand by 30 to 50%, de-risking the supply chain and unlocking a 30 billion manual market by 2030. This is not just environmental imperative, this is a staggering economic opportunity. Based on this analysis, I propose three recommendations for industry leader. First, for transparency, achieve 95% supply chain transparency for the carbon and the lithium by the end of the 2027. This is a specific, measurable, and addressing critical ESG governance gap. Second, for circularity, launch as closed loop recycling facility achieving a 90% material recovery rate by Q4 2026. This achieved through partnership and is directly relevant to the building a circular business model that for decarbonizing reduce a carbon footprint of battery manufacturing by 50% by 2023 using a 2024 baseline. This time bound and can be established through power purchase agreement for 100% renewable energy at the factories. In summary, the linear life cycle of the EV battery is the critical sustainability challenge we have addressed. We have seen is cascading impacts across global system, and the stakeholder tension is creates the integration of the general sustainability is no longer a nice to have. Best strategy imperative for long-term business value and socializing to operate. This brings me to our core message. The success of the electric vehicle revolution will not be measured by horsepower or range, but by responsibility. The race for a future of the transport is no longer just for range, but for responsibility. Thank you for your time and attention. Bye.